Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful jacket that you can see me putting on with a bead design at the back and pockets. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's get right into the tutorial. So guys, for this tutorial, I made use of my Ankara fabric. I have 6 yards here, but later ended up using 3 yards. I also have these 2 packs of beads that I'm going to be using for the back design and also matching threads. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to do now is to fold my fabric into 4. So if you want your jacket to be very long, you're going to fold it this other way. You're going to fold as if you're going to cut a kimono, a long kimono. So for me, I'm going to be folding it the normal way. We just fold for a cloth because I don't want my jacket to be that long. How wide you're going to make your fold depends on the length of your sleeve. Okay, so like from the middle of your backbone of where your spinal cord is, just measure all the way to the length of where you want it to be. So for me, mine is 20, and I'm going to be making sure that whatever I'm going to be folding here is up to 20 and even a bit more than. With the weight being what I want, I proceeded to smoothen it out and then just cut off this excess at this region to make things easier. Measuring the width of what I have here is about 22 inches, and which is just perfectly fine for me. So I have my fold right here into 4. The first thing I'm going to do is to rule this borderline at this region to serve as my shoulder line and also starting line. Then from the shoulder line, I came down by my breast length measurement, which is 9.5 inches, and I added extra 1 inch because I'm going to later slope the shoulder region. So you can just go ahead to come down by your breast length measurements right here and then just connect the points together. So guys, for the length of this jacket, I just want to use the whole 45 inches that I have right here. Now the next thing I proceeded to do was to take my sleeve length measurement divided by 2, mark it at this point, and also repeat the same thing at the breast length line like this. Then for that of the breast length, I came in by 1 inch and I just marked it at this point. Then coming to my neck region, I took a neck width of 3 inches and marked it here. At the shoulder of the sleeve, I came down by 1 inch, and then from the tip of the 3 inches, I'm just connecting a slant line all the way to this region, and then I just proceeded to add 1 inch for sewing allowance at the round sleeve region. Okay, then at the breast length line, I divided my hip, which is my actual measurement, by 4, and I got 10, and then I added extra 4 inches for ease. So these 14 inches, I'm going to take it all the way to the bottom and then connect them together using my straight foot, just like you can see. Apologies for my chalk not being too sharp. At the intersection between this point, which is going to serve as our armhole, I'm just going to make a curve at this point so that it doesn't become too sharp, and I'll just be redefining the lines I just marked. Remember, as we took a neck width of 3 inches, I'm going to be marking the same 3 inches all the way to the bottom. Once you have done this, the next thing is to connect together. And after connecting, I'll just go ahead to cut out my pieces. Having cut out my pieces, this is what I have it looking like. For the shoulder region, I gave half an inch, and this is to join it. Now the next we're going to do is just to pick any 2 sides and make it the back. The first thing we're going to do to the back is to fold it twice at this region and then make a straight stitch all the way to the bottom. I folded the side of the fabric that we're going to be passing our beads through, and this is what I have it looking like, very neat. I went ahead to iron it out. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring my front piece and then align it to that of the back piece, right sides facing each other. So when you arrange yours, you notice that the front is longer than that of the back, but this is okay. Make sure that they are aligned from the end of the sleeve length and then pin it all the way to the neck region. Then sew along the shoulder with half an inch. Having joined the shoulder, this is what I have it looking like. I've also gone ahead to press it flat so that everything just lays down nicely. Now I'm just going to go ahead to weave this inner part for neatness and also work on the round sleeve region by folding it in 2. Having weaved and also stitched the round sleeve, this is what I have it looking like, very nice and neat. Now the next we're going to work on is on the length of the band that is going to be around the collar region. Okay, so that middle piece. Now for this, first thing I'm going to do is to take the measurement of this little bit of excess that I have here, and I have it to be 0.75 inches. Now multiply by 2 is going to give me 1.5 inches. Now the next thing I went ahead to do was that, remember that I took 3 inches for my neck depth and I cut it out. I'm going to also add that 3 inches and multiply by 2, I have it to be 6. So 6 plus 1.5 is going to give me 7.5. So now the color I'm going to have around the neck region is going to be 7.5. And I'm also going to add this to the length of what I have here at the middle piece. So for me, from the tip of my shoulder down to the full length is 44.5 inches. So I'm not going to be adding 44.5 plus the extra 7.5 inches. I also go ahead to add extra for in case of anything, okay? So that is how long the band is going to be. So guys, I have this little piece of fabric right here, and I'm going to be using this for the band. And I want the width to be 2.5 inches. So by the time I'm done joining it, I will be having 2 inches, okay? So I'll just go ahead to cut out long strips of fabric of 2.5 inches width. Now, once I've cut all my pieces, the next thing I'm going to do is to join them right sides facing each other. And for this, I will just be pinning them in place. Then I'll take this to my sewing machine to do justice. Note, guys, that the length is our full length, that 44.5 inches times 2, and then plus also that 7.5 inches. This is my neckband here. I'm going to need to join all the pieces and also iron the middle together to create a crease line. Now, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to place my fabric this way, and I'm just watch how I go about joining the bands to the actual fabric. So I'm just going to pin them like this first of all round. And when I reach this point of the neckline of the front, I'm going to give that 7.5 inches earlier, and I'm just going to mark it at this point. And I'm going to place this other fabric this way over it like this, and then I'm going to continue pinning it all the way to the other end. Having pinned this all through, I'm going to run a first stitch at this region. I'm going to stop at this neckline region and then begin from the other neckline region all the way down. So guys, having made my first stitch, this is what I have it looking like. It should look like this. Now, a tip for you is that this neck region, the allowance should face the front. It should face inside and not outside, because that outside is going to be open. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to begin is to fold it inwards like this, and then place it this way, just like you can see me demonstrating. So I'm going to repeat it like this. I make sure that I have 2 inches all the way through, and I'll be pinning this along. Once I'm done pinning, guys, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and then just stitch on it all the way around. So guys, as you can see, I've made my second fold, and can you see how neat and beautiful this is? Now, the little excess that I have at this region, I'm just going to cut it off. The next thing I did was to fold my boo right sides facing each other like this, and then I'm going to shape it all the way to the end. So I used about 0.75 inches. You can use half an inch or 1 inch depending on what you want. As you can see, guys, I've gone ahead to stitch on it and also weaved it, and this is what I have it looking like. Now, the next one we're going to work on is on the pocket, and for this I'm just going to place it this way and then determine the length of what I want. Initially, guys, from my shoulder I came down by 24 inches for the pocket, but I later changed this to 22. Whatever length that you want your pocket to be, just go ahead to indicate it at the desired length region. For the pocket, I have these 2 pieces of fabric cut out, and it measures 9.5 inches by 11 inches. So the part that has the 9.5 inches, I'm just going to fold this part into 2, and I'm just going to top stitch on it at this region. After doing that, I'm going to weave it all round, and then I'm also going to press the seams inward. So guys, this is what the pockets they are looking like. I've gone ahead to stitch on it, weave the edges, and also use my iron to fold it in, so that when we are placing this to the actual fabric, it's not going to be hard for us. So guys, for the pocket placement, just go ahead to use your eyeball or your measuring tape to locate the middle. So having folded mine, I have it to be 8 inches, so 4 inch for each side, and I'm just going ahead to arrange everything well, and then I'm just going to go ahead to pin it all round, all the important sides. And after doing it, I'm going to make my stitch all round. Having sewn the sides of my pocket, the next thing we're going to do is to work on the lower region, that is the hemline. And for this, I'm just going to be making a fold of 2 this way, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. So guys, this is what the hem is now looking like, very neat and nice. And with that, we are basically do with the structure of this dress. Now the main thing for us to do is to attach our beads, and for this you're just going to arrange your fabric very well. Let everything to be equal, especially from the ends, like from the sides. Now once they're equal, you're just going to measure in between what you have here. So I'll be making mine to be 7.5, so I'll just going to shift it a bit, and my first bead is going to be of the length 7.5. I'll be making use of these beads and also my needle and thread. The first is to pass it through this way, and I'm going to start filling in my beads. Now guys, when I'm passing it through, don't allow the thread to be showing outside. Just be somewhat tacking it from inside. Now you continue to fill the beads until you get that length that you want, which is 7.5 in my own case, and then I'm just going to insert it into this other side right here. So guys, that'll be all for the first one. I will proceed now to continue it all the way down. Now you want to like know the length, like the length that you should be giving it. So initially I'm giving 1.5 inches, so I will just take this all the way to the bottom where I want it to stop. That is the beading. So guys, whilst beading, I realized that beading from the back is quite easier, because you just have to measure like what you have on your back and just mark it. Then you just insert it this way. You can see me inserting it, and then you just fill in your beads, and then you insert it again towards the other side, and then knot it at the end. Knotting is very important so that it does not lose. Okay, so that is just it. And as you can see, mine is now like fuller, because when I did it to like my butt length, I realized that okay, I had little like I had more fabric beads to work with, so I just proceeded to start beading it in between it. That's why I have it to be this full. I also had to get more. So when you're working with your bead, it depends on how full you want it to be, because if you want it really full, you have to get a lot of beads. And with that guys, we have come to the end of this beautiful tutorial. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching this far, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.